Hey guys, Jim here from DrinkABeerandPlayAGame, and today I'm going to talk about 6 of my most hated game over stages. What is a game over stage to me? Well, a game over stage is one of those levels that you reach where, your playthrough's probably going to end. You might beat it sometimes, but it's just the bane of your existence and always gives you the most trouble. Number 6 is going to be a level that always gets me, and I just can't figure out why. And it's the boss from level 5 of Legendary X2 on the TurboGrafx 16. Before even getting to this boss, you have to go through a gamut of tight corridors filled with enemies that come at you from above and below. It's very easy to either have no life leading into the boss, or to die beforehand and lose all of your power-ups. This leads to a boss fight that can chew up your lives, as this giant snake monster attacks you with super quick strikes and green goo attacks. Killing him quickly as possible is key, and going in underpowered will just absolutely make sure that you're led to frustration and lost lives. I had way too many run-throughs of this game that ended at this boss. Side note, the final boss is a bastard too. Number 5 is going to be the Protecting the John Connor Truck stage from T2 the arcade game. Specifically, the Sega Genesis version, because that's what I had. This level used to be a brick wall for all of my playthroughs of this game. I never owned the Menacer, so I bet that would have made my life so much easier, but I did this with the controller. I've only beaten it a handful of times, and the only way to do it is one of two ways. You either memorize the pattern exactly to kill the flying hunter killers before they can hurt the truck, or you just spam grenades in the air while ignoring the exoskeletons that are chewing up your lives. If you do the latter, you're left with only a few lives for the rest of your playthrough, and if you do the former, you're going to game over dozens of times before you finally get the pattern down. Oh, and then you basically have to do it again with the truck chase. So, yeah, this game's brutal. Number 4 is going to be Polaria from Fantasy Zone. The level itself's pretty tough, as you have to deal with screen-filling swarms of enemies and aggressive enemies that just hunt you down. 7-way shot power-ups are a help, but my problem is with the boss. On its own, it's an annoying boss where the farther you get, the crazier the bullet dodging gets. The killer here is the fact that you're being shot with white bullets on white backgrounds. It's so easy to get killed by a stray bullet that you just did not see coming. I mostly play this on the Sega Ages collection, which is pretty annoying as is, and that's mostly due to the arcade level of difficulty, but no matter what port of this game you play, you're gonna have a rough time with this boss. Number 3 is going to be the Two-Face glider stage from the Adventures of Batman and Robin on the Genesis. This level has been the bane of my existence for most of my life. This game in general is not easy, and even levels in Stage 1 can just be ridiculous with the level of damage these enemies can take. After a tough boss fight, you get thrown into what should be a nice change of pace, a horizontal shooter. The problem is how long it takes. Look at this timeline. This is how long it took this level for me to beat, and I was lucky to get through it. It takes almost a full 20 minutes, which is just insane for a 16-bit game. Oh yeah, this level contains no less than 4 boss fights. So if you come into this level without fully powered weapons, you might as well just turn the game off, because the multiple bosses and the mini bosses just absorb so much damage while dealing out extreme amounts of pain. I suggest a fully powered green weapon, because the easiest way to survive is to kill the enemies before they can kill you. Weaker spread shots are no help. So let's put it this way, I've only ever beaten this level twice. Ever. Number 2 is going to be a level that you saw me struggle with in a recent Let's Play, the Cave Escape stage from Aladdin on the Genesis. Up until this point, the platform was pretty forgiving, and this level is where shit gets real. At this point in the game, you realize just how slippery the control in the game can get, as you constantly fight against it while trying to make pinpoint jumps. On top of that, you have to put up with disappearing platforms, lava traps that kill your momentum, falling rocks, boulders that chase you, and good old-fashioned leaps of faith. The section where you have to outrun this boulder over 3 pits always killed me, as I could never get that final jump right as a kid. I can handle it now, but when you get thrown trickier jumps with the exact same trap timing, it just really comes down to trial and error. If you don't game over here, you will definitely chew up a ton of lives trying to get past it. The last level I'm going to talk about will be one of my most hated levels in all of gaming. Attack of the Snakeoids from Zombies Ate My Neighbors. This level. This level has 2 big gimmicks. The main enemy are the new mini-boss-like enemy known as the Snakeoids, which are a shameless ripoff of the Graboids from Tremors. They crawl under the ground, they pop up at random times, and they take a ton of damage to finally kill. The other gimmick with this level is that every door can only be opened using the rare skeleton keys. If you're lucky, you can normally have a skeleton key on hand before getting to the level, but you need a minimum of 3 to finish it. So you can try to save up as many as you can beforehand, but that denies you some great exploration, so you miss out on rare items and secret bonus levels. The other way is by killing the Snakeoids, who can drop keys. The keyword is can, because it doesn't always happen, and these guys take so much ammo to friggin' kill. These guys are sponges. So it didn't happen to me in this capture session, but I've had so many times where I finally kill one of these damn snakes to get no key. It's one of the most soul-crushing feelings. You may not lose your lives right away with the snakes, but you might run out of ammo trying to kill enough to get enough keys to get through the level. So basically, your run is done at that point. And that's all for today, guys. As always, let me know below with some of your worst game over levels, and check out the links to our other reviews, 6-packs, and we are the home of the Power Hour podcast, which is also on Spotify and iTunes. Until next time, guys, cheers.